Welcome to the Charlie Stubbs Show, featuring the head coach of the Nicholls State University football team, Charlie Stubbs. Today's program is presented by State Farm. Contact your local State Farm agent today and get to a better state. The Charlie Stubbs Show is also sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. You're either local or you're not. And by People's Health, your Medicare health team. Good afternoon and welcome to the Charlie Stubbs Show presented by State Farm. I'm your host, Mike Wagenheim. 1 week removed from perhaps the biggest win of the Charlie Stubbs era, it seemed like the Colonels may have run out of gas this past Saturday at Louisiana-Lafayette. We're joined now by the head coach of the Colonels, Charlie Stubbs, and it has been a long 3 weeks. You go across the country to Oregon. You wind up with an FBS win against Western Michigan. This past Saturday at Cajun Field just seemed like injuries and the road kind of caught up with you.
Yeah, unfortunately it did. It's been a challenging 3 weeks. We've really been tested. We've had some definite highs and some lows. So, again, we caught a team, all three of the opponents we played. We were their home openers, all the excitement and the big, large crowds. But we did catch a very good football team. Louisiana-Lafayette's really got a good team. Its record being 0-2 coming into it isn't indicative because they played two challenging opponents, Kansas State and Arkansas. So, again, they were very good, but we helped them a lot.
Well, the good news is you'll finally get your home opener this week, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Let's take you to Cajun Field in Lafayette this past Saturday, the fourth all-time meeting between the two schools. UL Lafayette has emerged the victor in each of them. A nice contingent of fans were there to greet the Colonels as they arrived, and we had a nice contingent as well making the trips to Oregon and Western Michigan. It's always a great atmosphere when these teams play. Many of the student athletes went to high school together, grew up in and around Lafayette. The Colonels' Toscani Figaro cousins with Cajun wideout Devin Figaro. 4 members of the coaching staff at UL Lafayette used to coach here at Nicholls. Speaking of Toscani, the burning question heading into this game would be who would get this start. Would it be Toscani after the win over Western Michigan and his performance off the bench, or would it be Week 1 starter Bo Hebert, who missed last week with a concussion? The team made its way to the field. Fans and media still didn't know. It turns out they would split time almost right down the middle as Nicholls looked to defeat FBS teams in back-to-back weeks, something that no one I talked to at least could ever remember happening. Didn't start well here. The Cajuns get the ball first and they run this on their third play from scrimmage. Alonzo Harris, 65 yards. Running has been ULL's forte over consecutive 9-win campaigns. It looks like it will remain their bread and butter. Their defense was stout on this night as well. The Colonels' first drive was kept alive by a roughing the passer penalty, but Nicholls eventually forced a punt. Nice job by Hebert on the QB pooch, and Xavier Marcus downs it at the 4. This play has really become a weapon in the Colonels' special teams arsenal. We've seen Kalen Henderson execute it a few times as well. But ULL winds up driving 96 yards in 10 plays. Terrence Broadway, their quarterback, dashes in from the 24, his second rushing TD of the year. It's 14-0 midway through the first. Now, Nicholls' O-line had played well the first 2 weeks, but ULL had the advantage on Saturday. Hebert sacked by Romaine Douglas and Chris Prater. 4 sacks for the Cajuns. Western Michigan did not record even one the previous week. Later in the first quarter, Nicholls' defense looking to step up. Chris Berman runs down Montrell Carter for a loss of 2. Berman led the team with 8 tackles, 2 of them for lost yardage on the day. But after a 37-yard connection from Broadway to Devin Scott, Torrey Pierce hits pay dirt on 1st and goal from the 7. Nicholls trailing 21-0. Pierce rushed 12 times, averaging over 6 per carry. Nicholls trying to get Marcus Washington involved. He's been the leading receiver again this year while playing out of the backfield. 11-yard pickup here on the flat pass. First down, Colonels. Washington, though, limited to 2 catches for 21 yards. Nicholls gets the ball into ULL territory, but Hebert picked off by middle linebacker Justin Anderson. He returns it 58 yards for the score, his second career pick 6, and UL Lafayette has blown it wide open at this point. We take you to the final play of the first quarter here. Hebert airing it out, and Xavier Marcus able to haul it in. 33-yard gain here to the Cajun 14. It's the biggest play of the night for Nicholls. Marcus had a team-high 3 receptions for 54 yards, so hoping some of that momentum carries into the second quarter. But the drive would sputter. Nicholls have been good in the red zone this year, but can't convert here. Andrew Dolan misses wide right from the 36. Nothing going the way of the red and gray. Berman trying to make a play here, strips Broadway of the ball, recovered though by the tight end Ian Thompson. ULL fumbled twice on the night but kept possession both times. The Colonels though do take it away here. On 2nd and 10 at the 27, Broadway looking for James Butler, and Byron Cobb picks it off. His second career INT. Nichols looking to get back in it, but 8 plays after that, Figaro got picked off. That set up Pierce for the 2-yard touchdown run on 2nd and goal here. It is 35-0. 10 different Cajuns ran the ball for a net of 456 yards. It was really a breakout night for Cajun true freshman Elijah McGuire, who played his high school ball in Houma down the road from Thibodaux. A 37-yard run here. He later scored on a 4-yard carry. McGuire played at John L. Guidry Stadium in an all-star game last winter, and he dominated that one too. He's going to be a special player. Now, Nichols trying to put together something before halftime. First play of the drive, Marcus Washington goes for 29 yards. Longest run of the night for Nichols. And that would set up a 1st and 10 at the ULL 46. 2 plays later, Figaro going for Damon Bolt down the sideline, and the Thibodaux native with the Colonel's first score of the game. Figaro's first career TD pass, it goes for 36 yards. Nichols down 42-7 at the half. ULL just came out firing, and it's something the Colonels had done against Western Michigan the previous week, and the Cajuns turned the tables. 3 plays in, they had the lead, and tough to recover.
Yeah, one thing to note on our team, we just got to, get some momentum early. I think the big difference between us defeating Western Michigan was that I think of that game, we received the opening kickoff and drove it down about 75-yard drive in about 5 plays, making it 7-0. Then we kicked off and had a tremendous hit for the Colonels on the special team phase. And then our defense came out and made a big stop. And then all of a sudden, of course, the momentum's more in our favor, and we just carried on and built from it. Here, none of the 3 phases excelled early, and then it just snowballed into a bad situation.
No, we're going to take you inside the locker room during halftime.
Okay, we're all in this thing together. I know you're trying. I know that, but we're one thing are leading into another. But the biggest thing, I'm trying to, just like I told you guys a long time ago, I wanted to see how good a football team we could be by our 5th game. Didn't I say that? Because then all of a sudden you get a bye week and then you have 7 conference games. You understand that? So I want to see us play a tremendous, great second half. Do you understand that? Let's win the second half, to be honest with you. Let's win the second half. Right now it's 0-0. Let's win the second half. Okay? There's no magical formula right here on what to call. You follow me? Right now, again, in some positions they got superior players. You follow me? But that does not. Believe in your technique, believe in your fundamentals, and the Colonels don't beat the Colonels. This don't help them. This don't help them. And we've helped them with tremendous turnovers and penalties. We got to stay away from that.
Unfortunately, the Colonels did continue to hurt the Colonels. First play from scrimmage, Figaro to Bolt. Dominique Tovel knocks it out of there. Al Riles jumps on it for ULL. Nichols with a season-high 5 turnovers. Bolt left the game shaken after that hit. He did not return. ULL winds up going 42 yards in 7 plays as Broadway hits Jamal Robinson here. Good catch with a man draped all over him. McGuire, meanwhile, was unstoppable. He was a one-man wrecking crew, 9 carries, 137 yards, 3 touchdowns. Here, he literally dragged Jordan Hanbury down the field, and Hanbury is a solid tackler. ULL runs away with this one, 70-7 is your final score. Coach, I like the attitude last week. You said after the Western Michigan game, we got 24 hours to enjoy the victory, then we move on. Keeping it consistent this week. We've got 24 hours to kind of, think about this one, let it sink in, and then we just got to move on and take care of next week.
No, you're exactly right. That's my philosophy. And, the thing is a tough loss. We made all the corrections. We hopefully get some guys back healthy. But besides that, though, is you just can't let it just fester inside of you. You learn from it, but you got to move on. And that's the exciting thing about athletics is that you get a chance to prove yourself each week. And like I told them even last week when we defeated Western Michigan is that you're only as good as your last game or as bad as your last game. So what we've got to do now, we get it here at home. And again, I try to look at what Louisiana-Lafayette did. They were 0-2. And boy, they couldn't wait to get back to their friendly confines of their stadium and play a home game. And boy, they came out cranking and ready to go. And that's what we plan on doing on Saturday.
All right, the Colonel's home opener against Langston this Saturday. It's set for 6 p.m. and will be shown live online on Colonel's All Access. You can head to GoColonels.com to register to watch it. You can also listen on the Colonel Sports Radio Network presented by your local Super Chevy dealers. Our flagship station, KLRZ 100.3 FM, has you covered in New Orleans and the Tri-Parishes. Their sister station, KLEB 1600 AM, broadcast to South Lafourche and Grand Isle. They'll both carry the Colonel Countdown beginning at 5:30, followed by the Colonels and the Lions. LA 106.3 Rock Hits Radio begins the day with the Colonel Insider at 3:30. They'll also carry the game live. We're going to talk about the Langston Lions a little bit later in the program. We'll be right back with more of the Charlie Stubbs Show presented by State Farm in just a moment.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to contact your local State Farm agent.
Donnie, I'm in Rouse's at least 3 times a week, and I want the best prices every day.
Come on, Chef. Let's go shopping.
All right. There's got to be at least 1,000 items just on this one aisle.
At Rouse's, we stock more groceries than anyone else.
I can see that. So what's with the tag? Best price every day.
It's the Rouse's guarantee. You're getting our lowest price every day.
So when I see this tag,
you know you don't have to wait for a sale.
I can shop any day
and get our best price every day. Rouse's. You're either local or you're not.
Well, we're all about the people that we care for. Every day we find a way to make your life better. That's what we're here for. Yeah, we're all about the people. We help you take care of yourself. That's what we do. We're here for you with people's health.
We welcome you back to the Charlie Stubbs Show presented by State Farm. Let's take a quick look at results from around the Southland Conference. 5th-ranked Sam Houston smashed Texas Southern. Senior running back Timothy Flanders scored his conference record 61st career touchdown. It came down to the final minute, but number 13 McNeese State got a 20-yard touchdown pass from Cody Stroud to Deontay Spencer, and the Cowboys registered the win over Division II power West Alabama in Lake Charles. In Nacogdoches, Stephen F. Austin racked up over 600 yards of offense in their opener. Central Arkansas's last-second field goal attempt was blocked as the 8th-ranked Bears fell at Tennessee Martin. Southeastern Louisiana outgained number 6 South Dakota State by over 160 yards, but the Lions did themselves in with 6 turnovers in a 34-26 loss to the Jackrabbits in Brookings. Number 12 Oklahoma State scored on its first 4 possessions and picked apart Lamar. It was the highest-ranked team the Cardinals have faced since bringing their program back a few years ago. Meanwhile, Cincinnati cruised past Northwestern State, putting up big numbers even without starting quarterback Munchie Legault, who was out for the year with a broken leg. All 3 future Southland football teams picked up wins on Saturday. Houston Baptist defeated Wayland Baptist for the first win in Huskies history. Abilene Christian beat New Mexico Highlands. Senior wideout Taylor Gabriel with 3 TD receptions, and UIW defeated Langston 24-0 in San Antonio. Back here with the head coach of the Colonels, Charlie Stubbs, his team hosting those Langston Lions coming up Saturday at 6 o'clock. Haven't been able to get much information on them so far. What do you make of them in their 2 games thus far this year?
Well, I think they're a very solid football team, and I told our players after when they get our game versus Louisiana-Lafayette, they're going to look at us as an opportunity because we got to play much better. But they're going to come in here. They're moving up a division, so they're looking at knocking off one of the bigger schools, per se. And but they have some young men that are from the state of Louisiana that are on their team. So again, they get a chance to come home, and probably friends and family going to come to the game and support them. So they're really going to want to shine. So, but right now, as a head coach, I'm more concerned about us. I just want to see us improve. If we improve like we're supposed to, get a few guys back, hopefully healthy and ready to go. Again, the excitement of playing here at home with the crowd and people pulling for us, absolutely, then I really believe that we'll get this thing back on track and get us a win.
Langston, an NAIA school based out of Oklahoma, lost to Northern Colorado 31-10 on opening weekend before falling to Incarnate Word. Nichols will be the third of 4 NCAA Division I opponents for the Lions. The Lions, as you're watching these highlights, are in white, facing the UIW Cardinals in red. Folks, it is hard to believe we're almost a month into the season. Amanda Kelly tracked down some Colonel seniors as they prepare for the final home debut as Colonels.
The first quarter of the season has gone by in the blink of an eye. A whirlwind start has included a national TV debut against a perennial powerhouse and a publicity-generating victory over an FBS program. While this campaign is going by quickly, the seniors on this club wish it could all slow down. Time is running short for them to leave their mark and establish a winning foundation. The student athletes who have been with Charlie Stubbs since day one have endured their share of trials and tribulations. But this band of brothers made a pact to ride out the storm together.
I think just the guys in the locker room, guys we play with, the coaches. I know a lot of guys that came in with me. They're all still here, and I think just the support the coaches give us and the guys in the locker room with you, they care about the program, and it just makes it easy to stick it out and keep playing.
I always was brought up, you have to finish what you started. So, I mean, for me, I think it's more of a pride thing that I want to get this program turned around and see it better in the future and know that I was a part of building something bigger than just one player or one team, but for the future, for this whole university, trying to get it back to where it should be.
Despite the hard times of the last few years, or maybe because of them, the seniors feel a different vibe about this season, and they credit that to a plethora of things.
I say the off-season preparation. We prepared very well. We worked out well. Is that we have less mistakes during practice. We always had a lot of repeats and doing this and doing that. It's basically we know what we expect. We were familiar. We 100%. We just a lot more health issues. Like last couple of years we had health issues. Right now we're still healthy. We probably banged up a little bit, but we're still more healthy and we just ready to play.
It's just hard work we've been doing all fall camp and all spring. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that not many people see. Always in the film room, always just going over game plans and practices, and just all that hard work is starting to pay off for us now. All this 4 years been grinding and tough seasons, and now it's just going to be, we all know what it feels like to fail. Now we want to know how it feels to win.
The youth and inexperience of the recent past has given way to a veteran-laden, battle-tested core of colonels. With 23 seniors, they say that their special bond and additional seasoning will be especially beneficial in allowing them to achieve their goals.
I mean, everybody wants to go out on the high road. I mean, everybody wants to leave winning every game and win the championship, because that's what we're here for 12 months out of the year. We always here, we always working, we always striving to be the best, and having that winning season just going to put the cherry on top. I mean, everybody wants to win the conference championship, and that's important to us, turning this program around.
When this crop of seniors talk about their hopes for this year, they talk not of personal goals, but of team aspirations. Rebuilding this program, winning a Southland title, and leaving a legacy. Only 5 home games remain for them, beginning this Saturday against Langston. For the Charlie Stubbs Show, I'm Amanda Kelly.
Hi, my name is Chuck Epela, recruiting coordinator at Nicholls State University. We'd like to give you some recruiting tips that can help you in your recruiting process. Our recruiting tip for today is about official visits. What is an official visit, and what are the requirements needed for an official visit? What is an official visit? An official visit is an on-campus visit by a student athlete where all the expenses are paid for by the university. What are the 4 requirements needed to take an official visit? First, a transcript must be submitted by the student athlete to the visiting institution. Secondly, the student athlete must provide a test score that was taken on a national testing date. Thirdly, the student athlete must be placed on the institution's IRL, which stands for Institutional Request List. And lastly, they must be registered with the NCAA Eligibility Center. Hopefully, these recruiting tips can help you in your recruiting process.
Thank you very much, Coach Eppola. There are plenty of ways to keep up to the minute with Nichols Athletics online. Find our new page at Instagram.com/KolonelSports or at YouTube.com/Nichols Athletics, Facebook.com/GoKolonels, and Twitter.com/KolonelSports. This is the Charlie Stubbs Show, presented by State Farm.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to contact your local State Farm agent.
Donnie, I'm in Rouse's at least 3 times a week, and I want the best prices every day.
Come on, Chef. Let's go shopping.
All right. There's got to be at least 1,000 items just on this one aisle.
At Rouse's, we stock more groceries than anyone else.
I can see that. So what's with the tag? Best price every day.
It's the Rouse's guarantee. You're getting our lowest price every day.
So when I see this tag,
you know you don't have to wait for a sale.
I can shop any day
and get our best price every day. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not.
Well, we're all about the people that we care for. Every day we find a way to make your life better, that's what we're here for. Yeah, we're all about the people. We help you take care of yourself. That's what we do. We're here for you with people's health.
Welcome back to the Charlie Stubbs Show, presented by State Farm. It's time to announce our Rouse's Student Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. You're either local or you're not. Rouse's Supermarkets are local, with their roots established in Thibodaux in 1923. This week, it is Lauren O'Brien. The junior forward tallied 2 goals and an assist in Nichols' 6-0 shutout of Alcorn State here in Thibodaux last Friday. She's got 9 points on the year now. With the win, the Colonels improved to 6-0-1. It's their best start in school history. They'll host McNeese tomorrow afternoon. That will be their Southland Conference opener as well. Elsewhere around Nichols Athletics this weekend, the volleyball team under new head coach Tommy Harold plays their home and Southland Conference opener tonight against Sam Houston. A packed day here on Saturday. Our softball team hosts their Women's Day at the Park at 10 a.m. Women of all ages are invited to attend the annual clinic. Volleyball hosts Lamar at 2 o'clock. Our Hall of Fame induction ceremony begins at 4 p.m. And then the football team kicks off versus Langston at 6. Both volleyball matches can be watched live on Colonel's All Access. The soccer match can be viewed on an on-demand basis on Colonel's All Access. Coach, it is about time. We're finally home this week, and I think everybody's just excited right now.
Yeah, we got a good atmosphere. We got a lot of good support. We appreciate it. The biggest thing I just want to say, as our team's developing, so excited about the first 5 games, the way our schedule's working out. We've had 3 challenging FBS opponents. Now we get to be at home the next 2 weeks. Then we have a bye week after that schedule, which will help us really get charged up again for a very challenging Southland Conference. So my goal as a head coach is to see how good we can get by our 5th game, and then also hopefully develop some other young men, some incoming freshmen and things like that, just so that we can get added depth, because we're going to need it to weather the storm in our conference play.
I like how this schedule was developed. The FBS teams front-loaded. There is a risk with that, but there's also some reward with that as well. You get those out of the way early. You come back with 2 games against Subdivision I teams, never taking anything for granted, but it's not like playing up at the FBS level. Then you get that bye, get healthy, get refocused, get ready for conference play. It looks like it was set up very well.
Yeah, very well. And as I think about the first 3 games, the biggest disappointment of the Oregon game was a super challenge. We knew that. But, boy, we played a really good football game versus Western Michigan. The biggest disappointment is just that, it's not just a loss against Louisiana-Lafayette, it's just how we played. We've got to be more consistent. We've got to at least give ourselves a chance. And so we address those things and we're ready to move forward. But also I'd like to say, as the fans get ready to come out to our home games, we have our Colonel Walk, which will be at 3:45 with a 6 o'clock start for the kickoff. At 3:45, all the team and the band and the cheerleaders will all be there and near the softball area right there. And we just walk right down and have our walk. And last year it was really electric. We had a lot of good support. People came out and tailgate and spent most of the afternoon here on our campus. But again, that just, you may not know, but that is a big difference. That really gets our guys fired up. It gets them to really know that they got some support behind them. And so we greatly appreciate that. So if people can come out early and extend that support, we appreciate it.
4:45 p.m. for the Colonel Walk, 6 o'clock kickoff. And if you're out there tailgating early, it's a great way to support the team with that Colonel Walk. Mentioned earlier, at 4 p.m., we've got our Hall of Fame ceremony here on campus, and a member of the football program being inducted this year, Greg Greeley, a legendary defensive back, went on to a good professional career, and now he's back here. He never got his diploma. He's back here now, getting his diploma, working with the football team as a student assistant. Just a great story.
Sure is, and he's a real good role model for our young men. About persistence. And then also he has a great story to tell about that he kind of put his priorities, in another way. When he was an undergrad, it was all about athletics. But I commend him to come back and earn that degree. So, again, he's nothing but energy. He's a very positive man. Again, I really am glad that he's part of our program.
Waiting on word about Kalen Henderson, first and foremost. Just did a terrific job against Oregon and Western Michigan. The word we got at the end of the Western Michigan game was 4 to 6 weeks. Any update on that? Can we expect him back for the beginning of conference? And how cautious are you with his return?
Well, the biggest thing, they say it's all depends on how he heals. And some people heal faster than others. Right now, he's right on pace or a little ahead. In fact, this week he started working in the pool, with water aerobics and those kind of things like that. He's really wants to get back, but he's with us. We brought him to the game, at Lafayette, and then again he's there. He's in all my meetings, so he's staying abreast. But I'm also excited about the other quarterbacks to see what they can do and see if they can continue to improve.
35 seconds left. Did anybody stand out to you more than the other? Bo Hebert, Toscani Figaro at UL Lafayette.
They both bring something to the table. They're two different style of quarterbacks. I named Bo a captain this week, and the reason for that is I want to really try to establish some leadership, at the quarterback position, because no matter what, leadership comes with that position. So sometimes they all kind of hang back a little bit. I want them to know, hey, you can open your mouth. You can say positive things. You can encourage your teammates. You can be the coach on the field. So what I'm just trying to do is just see if I can develop that.
All right, Coach. We'll talk to you again next week. You've been watching the Charlie Stubbs Show, presented by State Farm.
The Charlie Stubbs Show has been presented by State Farm. Contact your local State Farm agent today and get to a better state. This show has also been sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. You're either local or you're not. And by People's Health, your Medicare health team. This has been a presentation of the Colonel Sports Network.